All righty, folks, we're going to talk about some scary facts of building and growing a YouTube channel. We're going to do this with the three amigos, which amongst the three of us, we almost have 100,000 subs combined, which is fun to say. But that would be something I'm sure we talk about here in a minute. We'll go to Matt first this time. Matt, what's one of the scary facts about growing a YouTube channel?
The guy with 10,000 subs probably shouldn't be answering this question. I would say it's probably that you should probably do more than one live a week if you really want to grow it.
You got to be
you might
more
want to do more you might want to do more content. And the funniest thing, Mike, is that you and I really actually enjoy Gary Vee a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan. I love him. I love his toxic culture that he says isn't toxic. I love it. I love every bit of it. Work-life balance, F that. I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I love all that stuff, right? And you watch, and there will be hundreds of CEOs that will come out of his companies in the next 10 years. Hundreds. Game-changing, life-changing type of products, I'm sure, too. So I say all that to say this. I literally thought about, hey, you know what? Maybe I should spend that $12,000 to sit at lunch with 10 other people and talk to Gary Vee. I was like, maybe I should do that. And as part of my investigative process, I went through it and I just said, you know what? I'm going to watch a bunch of them. Watch a bunch of them. And what's really, really funny is it's the same three answers every single time. Same three. So I was like, okay. And those same three answers are, and then I have to put it into my own, salt shaker and say, do I want to do those things in order to get there? My answer is no, I don't. I am like Dion in that respect. Dion would never do a flip again, even though he would make $3,750 an hour. He would never do a burr again, ever. And I don't care what the endorsement is. I would never, ever, ever be doing posts or multiple posts daily. F my A. No, that is a no for me. So I do my one live a week. And that's why we're all super good friends, is because, Mike, I don't need to do anything on any topics because you do them all. And then all I have to do is answer some things in the comments, and I've said my piece. So you make that easy for me. So yeah, if you really, the scariest thing about growing a YouTube channel is that it's just like any business. What you get out of it is going to be what you put into it. And it's very easy to see who posts the least and who spends the least amount of time doing and thinking. I am taking the Dion approach to my YouTube channel, and that's good enough for me.
I love the fact that you're still doing lives. You're still producing content. It means the world seeing the three amigos kind of go forward. So I'm glad we at least get that one live a week. And I appreciate the fact that you changed it from Sunday to Thursday. That was very helpful for me personally. I appreciate that.
I figure I could move that one time slot.
Whatever. Alrighty, Dion, what's one of the scary facts about growing a YouTube channel for you?
So it was actually easier to pick the few things that are scary about real estate. It's hard to pick the things that are scary about YouTube because, let's start with first, there's no measurable success. You can't go on my, so Matt says, I only have 10,000 subscribers, right? There's 51 million YouTube channels, last count. Only 2 million break that 10,000 mark.
Oh, agreed.
So you're in the top 4% and you're like, oh, I got this tiny little channel. You don't even know how successful that is. That's a huge accomplishment.
Agreed.
And you think your friends and family are weird when you say, I'm going to buy a rental?
Yeah.
You're making videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and then if they watch Letterkenny, they can say, oh, you're one of those influenzas?
Influenzas.
Some days.
Right. So we don't have a measurable success. That's the first thing. The second thing that really gets me is your haters aren't always going to be the people in the comments. Right, the people in the comments are just scrolling on YouTube and they're going, okay, that's a different opinion than me, unlike, unsubscribe, whatever. You interact with somebody, Mike, you have a recurring guest on your channel every week who's called me an idiot because I don't think you need an LLC.
Oh, yeah.
He invests specifically in 5 units or more, large things, syndications, partners. Absolutely, you need an LLC.
Oh, yeah.
But he saw one of my videos saying, I don't think you need an LLC. He said, oh, that guy's just an idiot hunting for attention. Everyone knows how passionate I am about the LLC thing. I don't care. He's one of my biggest haters, and he's very successful. Recently, we had Pace Morby on here. I found out through third parties, he can't stand me.
Oh,
He comes back on your channel, it's going to be you three amigos, probably not me.
Shut up.
Because I expressed a different opinion that was so different, he's, sharing in his circles how much he doesn't like me. So I'm living rent free.
No, sir.
I like what he's doing. He has a certain type of person he's perfect for, right? He's just not perfect for me. And apparently I said it too clearly or bluntly or whatever you want to say. Your biggest detractors could be, I met Sean Cannell. Never meet your heroes. I had a great experience with him, right? What if it had been horrible?
Yeah.
What if somebody watches my YouTube content and then meets me and then they realize, oh, this guy isn't faking being a nerd. He's really a nerd. Like Matt made the comment of, oh, don't game. You're wasting your life. I retired so I can game. Shut up.
Yes.
yeah.
Like it's kind of scary that you're going to meet people on YouTube. And just because you have this everything's the same, buy cash flowing assets, use time, appreciation, learn from other people. Oh, but I say this and you say that. No, we can't like each other. That's scary because you kind of have to monitor your circle on whose feedback you take.
Yeah, about that pace comment, I wouldn't say I'm great friends, but I would say we're definitely friends, and I haven't heard anything. Now maybe
he's not going to share it with you. You know me.
Yeah, but again, I know that at least that semi-circle, I would have thought that came back to me, but it hasn't. But I can poke at it a little bit. We'll see if there's something there.
I have verified third party. So
okay,
so I'm okay with
it.
And
right.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, you don't care. I
can like the strategy he uses, even if he doesn't like me. I can absolutely watch his videos, take in his content, and go, yep, I'm using that in my strategy. I don't need him to like me.
Yeah, I actually love that conversation. And yeah, we won't ever do a Pace Morby without you. That's not happening. I'm impressed.
I hate Dion too. I hate Dion too. I just love him too much. So
well, yeah, Matt and I have talked. I don't know about Matt. I didn't much like Matt when you first brought him on the channel too. I was like, oh, this guy's so motivated. He does so much, and I don't want any of that on me either. And then you come to it and it's like, wow, these things he's talking about can make me money, save me money, and make me a better investor. Maybe I should shut up and listen.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, here's my first one about scaring a YouTube channel. Because again, I obviously I produce the most content. And I have some tools and analytics is you can really get wrapped up in comparison of other channels. And something I want you to know firsthand, if your goal is growth and growth being measured by views or subscribers, you have to create a negative fear-based channel. Now, again, I'm not telling you that's what you should do. I'm just saying if those are your goals, that's what you should do. I know several individuals who have massive channels, 500,000 plus, who chose to go down this route because it fed them, it paid them, that now hate that life so much, they are giving away half their earnings to have people write the scripts, and they just are the face. Think about that. You spend all this time, you live in this toxic soup, and it pays you. You celebrate the growth, but now you can't change it. Even if you wanted to go a different direction and be positive and things, your community won't let you. They just rip you back. So just know what you're getting into. If you're coming into a YouTube channel and you're going to go growth because maybe you're a failed mortgage broker, or maybe you're a failed real estate agent.
Underwriter.
Yeah, underwriter. You've got to go negative. You're going to get paid, but your life is not going to be great. And oh, by the way, the YouTube algorithm is a bitch. You might be fanboy for a day, but then the advertisers realize they don't want to advertise on your negative BS channel. Your earnings are going to collapse. Because again, I have analytics to this stuff. There are channels out there that were making 15, 20 grand a month that are now making under 6.
That's why they did a GoFundMe for their vacation.
They did a GoFundMe for vacation. It's crazy. Yeah.
So real quickly on that, I don't want to break the internet, but that's what makes them whores. Because they're not changing, they're not rushing after something with passion. Like all of our motivation's very clear. We love it, and we're actually decent business people. We love it when our channels just break even. Because all this costs us money. It all costs us money. I've never, ever, 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 ever in 4 years had a net positive from what my channel made me versus what it costs me. So this is where this is the give back portion where it's like,
Yeah.
our passion is to get people on the ladder, help them move things along. But it's a punchline for us, and certainly for me, which is like, oh, you're just doing it. Dude, I do it because it helps people. That's why I do the 1 live a week. And that's why I let any question be asked. But if you want to live your life like a whore, chase the headlines, nothing but the headlines, regardless of how they make you feel on the inside. And then don't wonder why in 5 years, why you feel like you just sold your soul. Yeah. Do something that adds value to other people.
And there's no upside, right?
There's no upside. It's just money.
Well, that and you can't do anything else. If your entire community is made up of negative Nellies who don't see anything and everything's a conspiracy, what do you do to have a second income stream?
Well, it makes it really tough to go buy a home when you say that the home market sucks and it's absolutely horrible. It makes you look kind of like a poser.
So it also might make you get fired from your job because you talk shit. Oh gosh, crazy. Sorry.
There's two things here. The first is that sentence. If you want to help yourself, you tell people what they want to hear. If you want to help people, you tell them the truth. Yep. And then the way to prove it is Millennial Mike.
For sure.
Right? He's a close friend of mine, so I don't want to attack him too hard, but he made a channel and he said, I'm going to call out all the fake gurus. And he was getting 50, 60,000 views per video when he first started his channel. And he realized, Mike's right. This is toxic. I don't like this. I don't enjoy it. It's not helping anybody. So then he shifts into, hey, this is how I invest long distance. And his channel doesn't get as many views. It doesn't grow as fast, but the smaller community that he has of people who are actually investing, buying things at a distance, like is actually having, instead of chasing income, he started chasing impact.
Bingo.
And he sleeps like a baby because of it.
Yeah. No, that's this decision I want everybody to make is, are you going to start a YouTube channel for impact or dollars? AdSense. And if you want to chase AdSense, which I'm not even going to say is wrong, I'm not even going to call you a whore. It's a business decision. I just want you to realize what your life will look like in 5 years. I know people with 500,000 subs and more who would trade it in a minute. They're giving up half the income because they can't sleep at night. It's slowly killing them.
Yep. I'm
like, dude, I'm so glad I chose impact. All right, let's do one more round about scary facts of growing a YouTube channel, Matt.
I think the scary thing about it is the impact that I can make for 2 pennies or a penny is 1,000,000 times greater than the impact that these posers that the channel whore chasers make. Yeah. Right. And all that does is put people in a doom loop, and it gets them no progress towards their end goal of being better, doing better, making an impact. So the reason I say that is because the scary thing about it is that society doesn't reward, or YouTube doesn't reward value. YouTube rewards sensationalism.
Clicks. Yep.
It doesn't, because the only people that watch our channels are doers. That's it. That's the only type of people you're going to
find. The only people that come back a second time. Yeah.
Just doers. That's all you're here for. You're doers. We're doers. Doers recognize doers and they go do together. That's the purpose. But when you're not that, when you're just got a community of the angry get off my lawn guys, you don't matter. You don't do any, you're not a part of the equation.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. All right, Dion, what's one more?
So the ripple effect is real. When it comes to YouTube, this would bother me if 2 things. 1, I didn't have thick skin, and 2, I didn't thrive on conflict. So the way YouTube shares your information is you make a video, right? Maybe you send the video out to some friends or family or whatever, and they watch it. But you get your first few people who are searching the topic of your video. So you kind of want to be in a niche, right? You're in real estate, you're in finance, you're in duck hunting, you're in whatever your niche is. It shares it with the people who are looking for that information. They're generally, when you're starting out, either going to hate your content or like your content because maybe you're presenting a new opinion or something. But you're going to find a few people who like your content. So the first ripple is the people who subscribe. Then there's this group of people, it's about 70% of all of your viewers who don't subscribe. I'm around 30% subscribe when it comes to viewers. So 70% of the people will watch my videos, but don't want to hit the subscribe button because they don't want to reward somebody else for whatever they're doing. I don't know what the thing is. but they like the content, they watch the content. Then YouTube goes, who else might like this? So mine is Dion Talk Financial Freedom. So there's channels out there that have talk in the title. There's channels out there that have freedom in the title, but it might be personal freedom or getting out of jail. What's freedom like? Whatever it is, a new circle that has nothing to do with real estate, nothing to do with investing, nothing to do with financial freedom. And they hate landlords. They hate capitalists. They hate old white men. Whatever their thing is, you start, as soon as you hit that third ripple with YouTube, you start to see success. You're going to get, when's the last time you went on Reddit, Matt, to see all of the creative ways they want us to unalive ourselves from our Business Insider articles?
Reddit is a toilet.
Yep.
And what's really funny is that between the three of us, I think we've had probably 13 or 14 articles in Business Insider between the three of us. I went out there for just an hour, and the number of people that believe I have a rich dad, that believe that I'm the plight of society, like all these things. And so it actually gets the creative side of my brain going, where I just figure out a fun way to respond to them that I know is going to absolutely smash that big red button that they have a deep down on the inside.
So Matt, you and I with thick skin like conflict.
Very much.
Great.
Yeah.
If you don't,
I love a fight.
Mike Zuber, I think you have a filter. You're like, nope, I don't look at that. I don't want to experience it. I'm good.
Never been on Reddit. You told me what's there. I have no interest. Nothing.
Do not go there, Michael. Do not go there. You'll need a mental
being
health
aware of that and being aware of who you are kind of lets you know, okay, when those comments start coming in, just block the person.
Yeah.
Like I've got some really bad canned responses that if you hate my content, you should take a screenshot and share that with people so they can see what I really say. Because I delete it. So the people that watch my channel think I'm kind of normal and not really sadistic when it comes to how you get back at somebody. That's the thing that is scary about YouTube, that third ripple.
Yeah, I guess the last thing I'll say about YouTube is a lot of people. I remember when Graham Stephan and I think me Kevin did this for a while. They always talked about how much money they make on YouTube. Remember those videos where they show the analytics and all this crazy money they were making? So the most I ever made on YouTube in a single month was just over 10 grand. That was what the most they ever paid me was 10 grand. That has fallen off 70%. So if you grew a lifestyle or a business where your main revenue stream dropped 70%, that's enough to break a lot of people and cause some very bad behaviors, right? So one of the things that, obviously amongst us is, dude, I did 1,000 videos before I even knew you could be subscribed or be paid for stuff. I didn't even know this was a thing. So it's all a rounding error for me. It, basically $3,000 pays for my thumbnail designer and blog or, podcast posters and all that stuff. Like Matt says, it is positive for me. I'm not going to lie, but it's $1,000 or something. But if you do this right and you're not negative and you chase impact, if you are authentic and you show up every day or every week or every month, you will grow your tribe. I'm wearing Frank's shirt. I found my tribe, right? The ORAT shirt that he created. And there are so many ways that you can, if you want, produce additional income, right? You can write books, check. You can have Audible. Thanks, Dion, for being the narrator. You could have a course. You could do events. You could do virtual events. You could build a school community. You could have, referrals. You could do, Amazon referral. I mean, there's so many ways that if you are just consistent, you show up every day, you do good work, a community will be built. And, you could produce $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month by accident around that, not on YouTube. I think that's a lot of things that people miss. They look at those Graham videos and talk about AdSense. AdSense is it's like 15% of what I make. Oh, I can't see it. It's not. Oh, there it is. 2,300 watch hours.
See what I get paid?
I don't see a number.
Here, I'll show you. Show you exactly what that crazy number that was brought in.
Let it fill. Oh, $153, dude. You are retiring on that money. But again, if you really want
my electric bill.
No, but the point of this is if you chase impact, that first decision, growth or impact, and you do it consistently and you do it for a year, you do it for 18 months, you can have a community. And then there's all these other monetizations that you could have that will dwarf YouTube. The income I make around one rental at a time is dwarfing YouTube. YouTube is, other than books, which books are about $1,500 a month, YouTube is the second lowest. Think about that. It's crazy. So we'll go around.
Especially with how much time you spend on it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Where do I spend my time?
Literally, you could get a job at McDonald's and make more there than you can on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, but, just like for like, but
yeah, but you won't have the impact, but there's no impact there.
Exactly. It's pretty wild. Matt, tell us about your YouTube channel, the schedule, and we'll wrap this one up.
Thursday nights, 9 p.m. is when I do my only live for the week.
Eastern.
East Coast. Yep. East Coast time, 9 p.m. East Coast. That's the only time I do my live. And then we're the only thing that we're doing that's a little bit different is now we're doing a community project house. Like I said, this is where Dion cost me $150,000 because he said how much burrs and projects suck. And so I wanted to show people exactly how much time goes into doing one of these things. So every single time I show up on site, I bring out my little counter and I'm like, click, click. And then when I leave, I go click, click. And then we're done. And right now I've got 9.5 hours into this horrible project that's going actually really well. But we go live there a few times a week and just kind of walk through so people can see the progress so they can feel like they're a part of it. Nice. And yeah, we do one event once a month. Tonight's that event where we're doing a bulletproof portfolio, and that's all online. You guys can sign up for that.
Nice. Dion, what's the schedule for you, and where can they find you, the channel?
So closing thoughts. Can you imagine that I might have a contrarian view?
Never would have guessed.
Never would have guessed.
So we talked about, AdSense is it's very little to make or whatever. And you mentioned we can do all of these other sources of income, right? I put my coded locks. You could look at Amazon and be an Amazon affiliate, and I make money that way. I think the biggest source of income from YouTube is being on YouTube. I never would have done this burr. I never would have created $3,750 an hour, and I'm never going to do it again. I did it because I was like, oh, I'll buy a place, I'll do a burr for videos. My videos will look better if I live on the water. Like a lot of the considerations for this was I'm just accidentally going to create hundreds of thousands of dollars because I'm making videos. So
what's really funny? I'm sorry to interrupt, but you know why I now have why I live in Vegas is because I was making all this other income not tied to California real estate. And I'm like, shit, I don't want to pay the freaking California government 15%. Right? I'm going to go move to somewhere else, live there for 6.5 months a year and not pay 15. Dude, hundreds of thousands of dollars times 15% is like real freaking money. So I live in this gorgeous house with this crazy view, with this nuts backyard because of YouTube. You're absolutely right. Damn YouTube.
It is life-changing, right? I mean, Matt's doing a lot of things, and I don't know how many of the things, Matt, you might be doing because of YouTube. If you weren't in YouTube, would you be cycling out of single family? Would you be buying a jail? Would you be doing this? Like, you've done a lot of these already through the years, but some of them you're somewhere in the lizard brain. We're going.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
I'll make a ton of money, but this is great content. So of these options, I'm going to do this one, right? It's having an impact on us. And I think that kind of like Frank and Cynthia, right? Frank did Old Guy REI. He's got his channel going, got PTO for life. They're coming to the event. It's possible. They're looking at a property thinking, I don't know, but if I do it, I can talk about it.
Yeah.
And then voila, you make a bunch of money doing that. My YouTube channel is Dion Talk Financial Freedom. I do a live stream every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific. I do members only videos where we look at deals, right? We specifically open, it's so boring because that's why I do members. It's not for YouTube because it would kill my channel. We open an email. We say, here's the email from my agent. We look at the list of properties. We do what takes 90 seconds to do, we take 45 minutes to explain. Nice. And yes, part of it is math, but it's this much. We go through that. I do that twice a month. And then I do 2 short videos throughout the rest of the week. And the goal is to make people think. And if I go right back to that thing that you said earlier, Zuber, where I said, you're going to be alive in 10 years, you should start investing like it. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
The more people we could start getting thinking long-term instead of weekend, the more people will have jobs they want instead of jobs they have to have. It's better for everybody.
At the end of the day, folks, there's a short-term and long-term play with YouTube if you're going to go this direction. If you were going to simply chase the fastest income, it is going to be doom and fear. Although I would tell you in very short order that it's like a turtle and a hare. The hare will win out of the gate, but the turtle will pass you. I make tens of thousands of dollars more than these doom channels make because all they have is AdSense. And we've built a community over 5 years. It's not even close to what you can make by having multiple streams of income, being caring about the community, answering questions. I still answer every comment. I don't get in conversations, so I only reply once. But yeah, it's worth it. Please chase impact. The money will come. If that's the thing, money will come. Yeah, we don't need more fear. We don't need more doom. We don't need more negativity. And again, I have a friend I had lunch with the other day, a channel that on the surface, anybody would want. Miserable.
Yeah.
Miserable.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Guys, you're amazing. Take care.
Thanks, Mike.